Hi, everybody. It's Friday. It is actually turning out to be a pretty nice Friday here on the downhill side of it, time wise. We have seen showers and clouds part, and we're going to be in store for a partly cloudy evening, calm, and a pretty nice weekend ahead. An updated forecast that I'll be glad to share with you in just a few moments. And to be honest, with the exception of today's update statewide in regards to the COVID-19 numbers, everything else that I have talked about, and with the exception, I believe we do have one funeral service announcement that just came in. With the exception of that, I am not going to talk about any bad news tonight. I've got one really good story, an entertaining one at that, as I was able to track down Nathan Arnott on the beaches of South Carolina for the following interview or upcoming interview. And we'll hear the newest single, the first single off their fifth album, which is getting ready to drop. I have had the privilege of hearing this for a few weeks. All the other stuff's been great. Make no bones about it. This is their best stuff yet. And I'm going to share that with you in just a few moments. And I'm going to steer away from everything else. To be perfectly honest, I've had to steer away from the television set. I just cannot bear to turn it on and hear. I'm not saying we shouldn't have a firm grasp and understanding of what all is going on in this country, but I don't want to hear about it anymore, at least for now. Hope you understand. So with that said, good news tonight for the most part. That also includes, I think, 6 or 7 birthdays, because I was out for 2 or 3 days this week, that have piled up. So we'll get to that in just a few seconds. Okay, now, bad stuff, and let's get it over with. Governor Beshear did announce in a statement earlier today, he didn't have his normal press release, and he's not having one until next week, that there are another 289 new cases of COVID-19 to be announced today, and that is the third day in a row where we've had over 250 new cases. So that is something they're watching very closely as the state continues to reopen. We now have right under 11,000 total cases as businesses across the Commonwealth continue to open their doors. He also had to announce 8 more people had lost their lives due to COVID-19. We now have 466 official deaths as a result here in the Commonwealth. I also have an understanding that locally, no new cases of COVID-19. I don't have the numbers tested and pending from our mayor and public health director at this hour. He was unavailable this afternoon, but we understand that there are no new cases, still the 2 confirmed here in McGoffin County. All right, with that aside, well, here's some startling news for you. I think it even startled economists, and I think some are even trying to find their way around it because it just couldn't be true. Some would say the U.S. unemployment rate unexpectedly dropped to 13.3% for the month of May, down from, of course, the very record high in April, which is an indicator that the nation's economy might be recovering quicker than expected from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Labor Department earlier today issued a report that employers added 2.5 million jobs, surprisingly, in the month of May, the largest increase on record, while the economy had lost some 22.1 million jobs in April and March, which does mean still about 21 million Americans are currently out of work, and that is staggering. But there is some good news in this that we'll pull from that. Economists, many had believed that the rate was going to continue to climb and would approach 20%, but instead it dropped from the 14.7% in April down to once again 13.3% for the month of May. I'll take good news anyway I can get it. And from here on out, for the most part, that's all we're going to have. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. The seasonal shop is open, and they're still doing curbside pickup, so you can call and place orders, and they'll still bring them out to you. And inside, you'll find all new merchandise throughout the entire store, all new spring and summer women's clothing from Charlie Page and Mud Pie, accessories, jewelry, shoes, and bags too, casual outfits for everyday or special occasion outfits and dresses. And if you've been home a lot and really want to freshen up your decor, they have so much to choose from, and they're happy to give you any fresh ideas that you might need. And just in, a large selection of Simply Southern and Candleberry at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Salyersville. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe knows that we've still got a long way to go before we get through this pandemic, and that's why they're still offering their $5 off coupon, good on their 16-piece or 20-piece family meal deals. The coupon is in the Sagersville Independent, and they're giving you the Sagersville Independent to get the coupon at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. You get one with every purchase, so come by and get 16 pieces any way you like it. 2 pints of mashed potatoes with gravy, 2 pints of coleslaw and 8 biscuits, or 20 pieces of chicken, any way you like it, with 3 pints of mashed potatoes and gravy, 2 pints of coleslaw and 10 biscuits. Either one, $5 off with the coupon that they'll give you when you get there at your Sagersville Lee's. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you.
Appalachian Wireless, this is Bobby. How may I help you?
I'm visiting my sister in Lomansville this weekend. Will I have service?
Of course. We have several towers in Lawrence County.
Appalachian Wireless, this is Megan.
Where's my nearest store? I'm in Bright Shade.
That would be our store in Manchester. Would you like the address?
I just moved to Pineville. I'm sure you don't know where that is. Will I still have service?
Yes, ma'am. That's down in southeastern Kentucky. We do service your area.
When you call us, it's as easy as calling your friend or neighbor because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. Right now, let's say happy birthday more than once. I was out of the office for the first part of the week, and as a result, I've got some very belated birthday wishes. I think I got them all that have been phoned in the past week, some as recently as today. If I miss one, you know I don't like to do that. Birthdays are a big deal around my house, and as they should be, so make sure I always get them on there. With that said, join me in saying happy birthday to these folks. My, oh my, where do we begin? Well, let's begin with a happy 85th birthday to Henry Clay. Henry Clay Sizemore, that is. 85 birthday wishes coming from your wife, your kids, and a whole lot of family and friends. Happy 85th birthday, Henry Clay. Now to a 6-year-old Trenton Jenkins from your mom and dad and a long list of family and friends. It's a happy 6th birthday going out tonight to Trenton Jenkins. Happy birthday to you. Marietta, that's Marietta Stevens. I've been asked by a bunch to say happy birthday to you. So happy birthday, Marietta Stevens. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you. We have a teenager in our midst. That's Shelby Edler. Happy birthday, Shelby, from mom, dad, sister, mama's, papa's, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, family. The list goes on and on and on forever. Happy 13th birthday, Shelby Edler. Happy birthday to you. And I've got one more. It says I was wanting to wish Isabella Arnett a happy 8th birthday from Daddy, Mommy, Sissy, Mammy Whit, and a host of family and friends who love her. There you go. Happy 8th birthday to Isabella Arnett. Happy birthday to you all. Now, going on to the calendar, brought to you nightly by McGoffin Farm Bureau. This is going to be a great event tomorrow for a great cause, a fishing tournament. Catfish tournament at D&M Pay Lake over on Route 30, hosted by the Middle Fork Fire Department. They do this, I think, just about every year. They call it Catching Fire Catfish. And from 2 till 10 tomorrow, you can go over, pay your $25 to enter. The minimum payout is going to be $150 and maybe much more depending on how many folks show up. They've also got a $5 entry for the big fish prize as well. That's 2 to 10 tomorrow at the D&M Pay Lake on Route 30. Catching Fire Catfish, hosted by your friends at the Middle Fork Fire Department. And if you've got an announcement like any of these, well, this is exactly how you get them on the show. Lastly tonight, I have one funeral service announcement that's just come to us from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. They tell me that 93-year-old Billy Gamble of Sagersville passed away yesterday, survived by sons Jackie, Jerry, and Billy Joel Gamble, and daughters Connie, Patrick, and Deborah Lemaster. In addition to his parents, Billy is preceded in death by his wife, Marie Arnott Gamble, and one son, Jimmy Dale. Private graveside services will be held for immediate family in his honor this Sunday under the direction of the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by for huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. Tell you what, I'm going to go out on an entertaining note, a positive note, with some local entertainment. So let's go ahead and go on over to your Licking Valley RACC Outlook. And that's some good news as well. I picked up about 1.5 inches of rain at the house in Dixie, more than what was expected in the last several hours. A lot of folks didn't see that much. Some saw a little bit more, but definitely more rain than we really didn't need. Regardless, I have an updated, more positive outlook for your weekend as the rains and clouds, as you see behind me, are on their way out, leaving us with the upper 80s and lower 80s in that scenario. Also a bit of an up and down thereafter throughout most of your forecast period. Yes, an updated forecast to say the least. Those showers out of here, and we're seeing clearing skies tonight. Still partly cloudy to mostly cloudy, but clearing skies nonetheless, and a calm wind, and 68 degrees for your low. For the rest of your Friday, 20% chance of some showers and thunderstorms for your Saturday. That's mainly tomorrow afternoon, mainly after 3. I'm going to chalk that up as obviously a very slight chance. Otherwise, mostly sunny and 87. I don't expect to see much rain, if at all, tomorrow, so keep that in mind. There is a small chance. If we do see any, they should be rather scattered and sparse. But mostly sunny, 87 for your Saturday. Humidity levels also creeping back up. Sunday, not so much. We'll check up to about 80 degrees for the latter half of your weekend, so we'll knock off 6-7 degrees maybe or so. It's going to be a nice end of the weekend. Sunny, mostly clear, no showers, no storms to speak of on your Sunday, just a bit more mild, briefly. Because by Monday, when everything is back to work, we'll be back into the upper 80s at 87, 66 that night. Sunny skies during the day, partly cloudy skies Monday night rather. So a really nice start, albeit warm, to the work week on your Monday. From thereafter, well, it's warmer still. We're going to flirt with 90 degrees by the time Tuesday rolls around. As soon as the graphic rolls around, you'll see mostly sunny and 89 degrees for your Tuesday. Slight chance of showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night, but we're talking about 20% after 11. So for the most part, mostly sunny and hot on your Tuesday, lows around 70. We knock off a few degrees for midweek next week, mostly cloudy. We'll also pick up a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, and 83 for your high on Wednesday. Thursday, back down to 80, mostly sunny with a still lingering 20% chance of showers. We'll clear out by Thursday night with a low of 61 by this time next week. Next Friday, we're actually going to be back down into the mid-70s with still some sunshine and still a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. So I'm not sure how many ups and downs we've got in your forecast there, temperature-wise, but you get the drift. So up next, a FaceTime interview with our own Nathan Arnott of Turning Ground. When I started the interview, I clipped that part of it off for the most part, but my first question to Nathan was, Nathan, tell us about this congratulations that we all need to be sending your way. And he had a bit of a blank look for a few seconds, and I soon realized that was a very improperly phrased question to ask, because Nathan and his wife Chessie are actually on a little brief vacation with their new 3.5-month-old little boy Octavius. Congratulations. Turning Ground has its 5th album getting ready to drop. Congratulations. Their newest single, their first single from that album is out, and I'm going to play it for you tonight. Congratulations. But it was something else that I was actually referring to, and that was their first IBMA nomination, which was announced just yesterday. So let's start with that. So let's hone that in a little bit. I mean, because you got the new baby, you got the new album, you got all kinds of stuff. So let me hone that in. I think there's a word of congratulations that we need to bestow for your nomination. Tell me about that.
Well, I actually woke up, I guess it was the other morning, and found out that one of our gospel songs that I wrote called "I'm Gonna Wear a Crown," that was on our Old Country Store CD, was nominated for the. It's like so IBMA is International Bluegrass Music Awards, sort of like CMT for bluegrass. It's a big convention they hold every year. They've been holding it in Raleigh, North Carolina, for the past 4 or 5 years or something like that, or maybe more. And so we're on the nominee list, and all the IBMA voters can vote. Man, it would be a big plus if everything fell through and we won that. But we're just blessed and honored to be a part of it, to be even chose to be on the list.
So that's just one of the many things we've got to talk about tonight. Let's go ahead and dive into this single and this new album, and let's go ahead and start with your single. It's is it out, to be out? What is it? Tell us about it.
Yeah, we signed with Pine Castle Records. Such a great team to work with. A lot of your bluegrass people are with Pine Castle now. Just a great team, a great record label. They do well for their team. And, they picked up this new CD that we've been working on called Crazy House. But we just released a single called Reverend Jackson. It's a song that I wrote. Won't tell you the whole story because I want you to get on there and listen to it. But man, it's released on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, iTunes Store, YouTube. Any of those streaming medias, you could find this song. If you're out there and you're not really a computer whiz like me, just pull up YouTube and you can listen to it right on there. But it's on all those media streams. So we're excited about it. It's doing really good. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from it. So, hey, we're hoping that this CD that we've done ourselves, that's a great thing. We recorded this CD ourselves. We've got one of my bass player that's in the band, Jason Hale. He's really good at recording and a great engineer. And me and him, we recorded this whole CD in my basement. So we've turned my basement into a big studio, and it's killer that you can, because you work on your own time. You get to do things at your own pace, your own time, and it's a whole lot better that way.
I got to be honest with you, it's hard for me to believe, not that I'm discounting you, but I've listened to you. I had the privilege of getting this album a few weeks ago, and it doesn't sound like it was in your basement. This sounds, and I'll tell you the truth for better or worse, and if it's worse, I just don't tell you, Nathan. I think you know that about me. But this is probably this is the best music and best quality of music you guys have put out, in my opinion.
Well, I appreciate that, Red. I'll go with that as well and say the same thing. I believe that it is the best quality. We've worked really hard on this CD, and you know, the further that you make it in something, the more that you strive to work harder. And we've been blessed. Turning Ground has been blessed to play all these big festivals and stay busy throughout the year. And I think this is our going our fifth album CD that we're working on. And man, we just strive to we want to have a good quality CD. We want to have good quality sound, and it is tough. I mean, hey man, this come from a basement. So you know, me and Jason kind of we was like, hey man, let's just do this in our own basement. You're a great engineer. Let's do this thing. So we did. We bought the equipment, and man, it's kind of spooky down there. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's called the Paranormal Underground. We're all into Bigfoot and things like that. So, but we turned this basement into a recording studio. We've had several people record in there now, and hopefully, after people listen to this record and they're like, "Hey, man, this is great quality, everything," maybe we'll get more business and we'll start recording people.
What's the pandemic been like for you? I mean, we've talked a little bit at the vet's office and the like, and I know that about every show out there's been canceled. What's that done for you guys, and is there a light at the end of the tunnel starting to shine?
Well, during this whole COVID-19 thing, it's put a damper on our music. It's really hurt us a lot. There's been a lot of shows canceled. We've lost a ton of dates this year. There's probably 4 or 5 bluegrass festivals that's still on the edge right now, wondering if they're going to be able to have it or not. We're kind of all sitting on our edge of the seat waiting for them to get back with us. But it's been tough. It's been tough on musicians. It's been tough on the promoters. I mean, you work so hard for something for a year or more. Especially these promoters, they're putting these big festivals on, and they're getting all these payments in, and they're getting all these bands together, and then all of a sudden a pandemic hits, and you're like, you got to call these folks and be like, hey boys, we want to cancel the festival. So it's been really tough. It's a lot of downtime on us but we're using that to our advantage, and we're practicing when we can, and social distancing, we're trying to do that too. But I don't know, it's just really been hard on the music industry. It's really been tough on musicians right now.
Going back to the album real quick, Reverend Jackson, obviously there's a reason for it being your first release and your single off this album. But like I was telling you earlier, man, I really get stuck on Little Mountain Girl and Stronger on My Knee and a few of the others, and they're all really good. But this album, going back to just how good and entertaining it is, what's anything else you want to share with us about the creation of it, or the inspiration for any of those songs, or just anything?
Well, some of those songs. There's been a few of them on there, like "Still My Mama." It's a song about Alzheimer's, and there's been so many people that's been affected by, so many families and people that's been affected by that. And I really don't know why I write what I do, and because if you listen to that CD, which obviously you have, it's not even been released yet, so don't be telling everybody that. You're just special, so that's why you get to listen to it. But some of these songs, I have no idea why I write them, but it comes to me. But what I want to do as a songwriter is I want to relate to people. I want for them to be able to listen to our music and be like, oh, this reminds me of my grandpa or my grandma or my brother or my sister, and on and on and on. I want my songs to grab a hold of somebody. And it's just something that I enjoy doing. Reverend Jackson, it's about a preacher. There's going to be a lot of preachers mad at me. I mean, but I can't help it. It's just the truth. But I just enjoy doing it, man. I'm down here with my family on vacation, and what do you see me doing? Writing songs. I've been out on the beach today, and then I've come back in. I started writing a song today. I'll have one finished tonight and posted. So that's just what I enjoy doing, man. This music it means everything to me and my family.
So is the guitar there? Is that just a prop for this interview, or what are we doing here?
Well, I've been writing. When you called me, I was actually writing a new song. So I was down on the beach and with my toes in the water and my butt in the sand. I decided I'm going to come up here and write a song. So I've been writing a little bit, waiting on your phone call.
Well, what? So I'm going to play Reverend Jackson, which I'm assuming is allowed now. We can officially put that out there. I got the art. I got the artwork to go along with it. Anything else you want to throw at us, man, before we let you go and I entertain these folks on a Friday?
Well, I just say, look, just keep looking on. If you got Facebook, social media, get on our website. If you're an active IBMA member and you want to get on there and vote, we would appreciate your consideration to vote for us for Gospel Recording of the Year. I'm going to wear a crown, and look for this new CD. It shouldn't be long before they release it, but anything we post on Facebook or our social media, you're more than welcome to share it. Give us some feedback. If you like our stuff, comment on it, like us. We'll love you back. So, but we appreciate it. We appreciate everything, man. And I always say this to everybody, every festival I go. Without you folks, without the radio DJs, without the fans and the friends, man, we couldn't do what we love. Because when you go out to a bluegrass festival and you see all those people that's sitting out in the crowd and they paid to come and listen to you, that makes you feel good. That makes you feel like you're doing something. You're doing something right. So we just want to continue to keep doing what we're doing, and we want to thank everybody for all the people that's had our backs through this whole thing. And we appreciate you. You've always, every time we've had a little bit of news, you've jumped right on it and spread the word for us. So we appreciate that as well.
All right, man. Listen, you all enjoy the rest of your vacation. I spent all day trying to find as much good news as possible, and this is going to be the highlight of it. In a time that we need a little more good news than ever to share. So we appreciate you, Nathan. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So without any further ado, if you haven't downloaded Reverend Jackson yet, where you can basically anywhere and everywhere, kind of like the Reese's commercial, I think you can even download it at a bank. Nevertheless, if you haven't, you're getting ready to hear it right here for free. And I promise you, it is great. And the entire album is great. And I can't wait to, a little on down the line, be able to share the other tracks with you as well. Strongest on My Knees and Little Mountain Girl and Steal My Mama. Whew, man, that one is, it is gut-wrenching to listen to, but you'll want to hear it over and over and over and over again. The album's great. And here's the first and only track that I can play you tonight. From Turning Ground's fifth album, Crazy Horse, here's Reverend Jackson. Enjoy.
The judge gave me life with no parole. They put me behind four cold walls that'll soon become my home. I shot Reverend Jackson, I got him with my gal. His brother sits on the jury that's gonna sentence me now. Old man Reverend Jackson was the talk of the town. He would preach the word on Sunday. By Monday he was running around. He had an eye for the ladies. For years he was no harm. Till I caught Reverend Jackson sneaking round on my old farm. I pinned Reverend Jackson right there in my barn. And before I pulled the trigger, Lucille had grabbed my arm. She cried, "Oh, Reverend Jackson, he is the sweetest man." She cried, "Oh, Reverend Jackson, you're gonna lead me to the promised land." Me and Lucille fight. She cried, "Bobby, you can't take a preacher's life." Lucille, he's trying to take what belongs to me. shot at the Reverend and I brought him to his knees. She cried, "Oh, Reverend Jackson, just look what Bobby's done." She cried, "Oh, Reverend Jackson, I'm about to bury your son." Afraid poor life, Lucille ran off and hid. And I overheard her, she was carrying the Reverend's kid. She cried, "Oh, Reverend Jackson, just send me with him." She cried, "Oh, Reverend Jackson," was the last word she got in.
And that will wrap it up for this Friday and for this week. Enjoy your weekend, and I hope to have some more good news for you as much as possible when I see you back here next Monday. Good night, and thank you for watching.